Hello and welcome back to Children's Reading Cove. This is part 2 of a Tudor Girl's Diary, Bloody Tower. 10th May, 1553. Two of Father's friends sat with him yesterday evening, drinking wine. Mother and I were by the window, listening. As far as I can make out, there was a time when all of England was Catholic, and the Pope was head of the church. Then King Henry VIII wished to divorce Princess Mary's mother, Catherine of Aragon, but the Pope said no. Henry sounds a fearsome man, because it seemed he would do anything to get his way. He decided that the Pope was no longer head of the church in England. He, Henry, was. He declared that his marriage was unlawful and divorced Catherine. And since the marriage was not lawful, he said, Princess Mary was legally a bastard, which means she was born out of wedlock. Henry immediately married Anne Boleyn, who eventually gave birth to the Princess Elizabeth. Queen Anne behaved dreadfully badly, it is said, and she was beheaded on Tower Green, right in the middle of my Tower of London. I could see the very spot from my room, except that I do not have a window, only a very little hole in the roof directly above my mattress. So Princess Mary is of the old religion, a Catholic, and Princess Elizabeth is of the new one, a Protestant. But I'm confused. If Mary is a bastard, surely she cannot become queen. Oh, my head spins with it all. I shall forget it. Nothing princesses or queens do affects me. I say my prayers, and we all worship God in the way the men of the church order us to. Surely it does not matter whether our church is Catholic or Protestant. After all, God is God, and no queen can change that. The royal family do not stay here at the Tower as they used to, not since they cut off Anne Boleyn's head. King Edward came for a few weeks, just before his coronation, when I was about 5, and I remember seeing him walking with his dogs on Tower Green. He looked very serious and did not notice me. I wonder if Mary will stay here before her coronation too, once Edward is dead. I will ask Mother tomorrow when we go to buy linen for the new baby. 11th May, 1553. I have been in my garret for almost the whole day, with a huge pile of mending, a fat candle, 1 lump of bread, and a cup of ale. Mother says I am a wicked girl to talk of the king's death, and William says I'm stupid and deserve to be punished. I protested that Father had spoken of it, and discovered that my crime was to have spoken of it in the marketplace. Even Father would not dare talk loosely outside our home, they said. How was I to know it is treason to talk of the king's death? How was I to know I could be put to death for doing so? Nobody told me. My candle is flickering, and I can barely see to write. I'm very hungry. Cannot stop crying. 14th May, 1553. I have had nothing to write about for days, because I have not been allowed out of the house, except to feed the hens and weed the garden. Today is Sunday, so they had to let me out to go to church. I must not break that law too. And if I have broken the law about speaking of the king's death, then I believe many men do. There was much whispering on Tower Green outside our chapel, St. Peter's, today, I walked behind a group of yeomen, warders, and heard one talk about some of the prisoners being freed when it happens. I know exactly what it is. They mean that men imprisoned by Edward might be freed after the king dies, as long as they have not displeased Princess Mary. I know that if I were anyone close to Mary at the moment, I would be busy being very pleasing to her. 16th May, 1553. I have been so dreadfully bored today. All the time I was helping Sal make the bread. I was trying to work out how to get out of this place. It has been almost a week now. I'm going mad and I feel I want to burst. If I speak, I'm wrong. If I do not speak, I'm told I'm a sullen brat. I'm glad of my diary. In this, I can say what I want. Oh, what now? Later. It is the strangest thing, and I am so intrigued. When I wrote those last words, I was angry at being disturbed simply to change Harry's linen. He dirties himself about 100 times a day, it seems, and threw down my diary. Just now I picked it up and found the spine bent, so that the book stayed open at some blank pages. As I tried to straighten it, I felt something beneath one of the pages. I looked and found, wedged tightly into where the pages join, a tiny folded paper sealed with wax, and on it is some writing. There's an E, followed by an L, but I cannot read the rest. The ink is smudged. I must think about this. We'll see you soon for part 3. Bye-bye.